Once upon a time, two friends joined forces to bring you the best in horror entertainment. Brian from the north, Tim from the south, each bringing their own unique perspective to the horror community. Movie reviews, Blu-ray releases, beer pairings, games, and more. Welcome to your new home for horror. This is Civil Gore.
Hey everybody. Well, with us returning tonight are our friends at ES Productions. We had them on back in February, I believe, to talk about their production company, and this time they're back to talk about their new film, The Killer Within. So welcome back, Ethan Diddlemeyer, Sebastian Fisher, and a new welcome to Hannah Yeagley.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having us on.
Thank
you again.
Yeah, it's great to see you guys, and I'm really looking forward to talking about the new film that you guys going. I know when we talked back in February, we were talking about what your upcoming projects and stuff were. And now we actually have to talk about.
We've added more. We've done a lot. Yeah, we've done a lot.
That's awesome. So before we, yeah, that's great. Before we get started, can you guys just kind of go around and just maybe do like a quick introduction again for anybody who did not listen to our last episode?
Yeah. So I'm Ethan. The E in ES Productions, but we are a small production company. We're branching out though. We're about to have our first full-length movie. We've had our short film, The Wretched, which we talked about last time we were on, and we've had our feature film, which was the first thing we put out, The Natural and the Unnatural, and now we will have our first full-length movie, The Killer Within, coming out September 13th, and we just love films and we love all things cinema related, and we just want everyone to, I don't know, we just want to share that with everyone, I guess. So that is us in a nutshell.
True. That was very good.
I'm Sebastian. I don't have anything else for my intro anymore.
I'm Hannah. I don't know. Dude, that's the thing.
But yeah, that's us, ES Production.
Yeah, and me and Brian love these guys because they are like the very definition of like indie filmmaker, go-getters, making it happen. Doesn't matter what the budget is. They're making
the budget is we don't have.
There is no budget.
Yeah, there is no budget, and that's what I love about it. That's what I love about it.
I don't know what a budget is.
We only budget is like the beer for the.
Wow. Yeah, the one thing.
Yeah.
I approve of that, and I say that is the most important piece of the budget.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because if you don't have that, you're not going to be very happy filming. But no. So of course we're going to get into Killer Within, but since Tim and I are huge both David Lynch fans here, I know we've been talking about your Twin Peaks trip, and I watched a video yesterday, and let me tell you, everyone who is a Twin Peaks fan needs to watch this video on the ES Productions page on YouTube because Ethan and Hannah kind of went around and they didn't just like show you like untypical like influence things like, here is the Great Lodge, here, Northern Lodge. Here is where this person. No, they went and they did that, but then they like acted out scenes. They had little props. They like went through this whole. They had cool music, but it was one of the most entertaining things. The way I looked at it, it was like 40 minutes, and I'm like, wow, this is 40 minutes. And like before I knew it, it felt like 5 minutes. It was so cool.
I know.
So,
every time we like watched it because I showed it to my parents. My dad is the one that got me into Twin Peaks and everything. So when we said we were going to go on this trip, because he's never had a chance to go out to like Washington or anything, so me and her did, and I feel like he was kind of like, when I got back and I showed him this video, he was kind of like living through like our, I don't know, excitement and stuff, because he was watching it and he was like, oh my god. But he right after that too, he was like, we got to plan a trip there at some point. So I think that made him want to actually go. But yeah, I mean, I'm a huge David Lynch fan, and I mean, when me and Hannah first started dating, literally one of the first things I showed her was Twin Peaks, and we watched everything. And Sebastian was there too throughout a lot of it. He came to watch like the key episodes and like that. But me and him, we watched it back when like right before The Return came out for the first time.
The Return, almost every episode together, not all.
So yeah, we watched that all when it came on TV. Yeah, and I mean that is my favorite. That and Firewalk with Me are my favorite. I love the original show. And obviously, The Return would have never happened with that. But the Firewalk with Me and mainly The Return are like, the most Lynchian stuff out there. And the most like crazy things. Like not even just part 8 with the atomic bomb explosion and everything. But everything in that show, just they have so many cool moments and everything that I love and appreciate so much. And it gives a lot of the characters in the show actual like good send-offs too, I think, because like at the end of season 2 when the show was canceled, like there's so many plot lines that are just like left like unfinished, and then they do a good job with sending off a lot of characters, but then they also raise a little bit more questions like with what the hell happened with Audrey and stuff like that. But yeah, no, the trip itself was amazing. And I mean, Washington's just beautiful. I think me and Hannah, we've always wanted to actually move there in the future, but I think we're a little bit more sold on going there now after actually seeing it.
You can come too.
Yeah, you could.
Well, yeah, so then I can go meet you guys down there because I'm not that far from there, being in California, so on the West Coast. Okay, I'll tell you though, don't let her go, Ethan, because I saw you. I mean, I know she's a fan too, but you guys went everywhere. Like I was like, I could just try like Tim and I mean, we drag our wives to like haunts all the time and stuff like that. But like, yeah, like that was pretty great. And I love that
was so
you
fun.
even had that little Laura Palmer figure you put down there
on the
which was
beach.
great.
Yeah, well, I packed so much stuff beforehand. Just I had to bring like the Dr. Jacoby glasses. I had like printouts of like the Bob poster that they hang up in the show. I had the figures, obviously. I had the Diane tape recorder, which I had from the Dale Cooper tapes that they did on cassette.
I have that.
Yeah. I don't physically have that, and also I think I don't know if they actually made it in a mini cassette tape version. They had it like in a normal cassette.
Yeah.
But I recorded it just off of YouTube on the actual mini cassette that he uses in the show, like the same model and everything. And then in the video, like in our reenactment, as you saw when we were driving down the road in the same spot where Dale Cooper drives in the show, I press play and then let it play out in its entirety like it does in the scene. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. The reenactments were great. Everything's very close together too, for the most part. There's certain things like where Laura Palmer was like killed at, where she washes up on the shore. It's at this place called the Kiana Lodge, and that is like so far away from everything else. You have to take a ferry to get there and everything, but everything else is pretty much in Snoqualmie and North Bend, the two towns that are right next to each other, which there's literally two mountains right there, which are technically, I guess, if you want to call it, the Twin Peaks. But yeah, it's beautiful though.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I've always wanted to do that trip. I know my brother, him and his wife are big fans of that too. So we want to go. He's been dying to go there. I think he's been to some part of the area, like on a trip once. He didn't do everything that you guys did, just did one of the things. But we always talked about doing the whole thing like that. So I may be tapping you for tips there. With I want to get all those spots you went to. Tim, did you watch that whole video? They went everywhere. It was crazy.
No, I gotta go watch it now because
my god!
So the thing that there's this one guy, I don't know his YouTube channel, but he's like I love his theories. He has really good theory videos, but he did the same sort of thing. But even when he went, the one thing that I've noticed is a lot of people leave out a lot of like locations that, I mean, they're not like the big ones, like, like the Twin Peaks sign or like the Great Northern, but they're ones from just other things that a lot of people leave out. Like, I don't know, just little things like the airport from Fire Walk with Me, or like, I don't know, the river where like Teresa Banks and Laura Palmer's body goes down, like all just stuff like that, like little things. And we stopped the hospital that is in the pilot, but it's also like in the whole first season of the show. Like no one ever talks about those and goes to them, but they're all right there.
Like,
I mean, you went to
store to find too.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you made a video on that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, whenever you were like here's where Josie Packard sneezed in episode like 5, like you like that detailed, like you were everywhere. It was so cool. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, I don't really remember that. Like, how did you even find like the exact spots? And then but Tim, what Steve was too, they also did like here's where the shots were, and they like would turn the camera to get the same shot of like that they got. And
I was doing that, and then I did after each of like the places that we went, I put a picture, so you could see for comparison like how it used to look and how it looks now, because some of the things obviously have like eroded, and like the mill and just some of like the trees and stuff that are in the woods and the forest there, like obviously a lot of them they don't look the way that they used to, but it's still awesome. It was
and then
great.
I liked at the end when you were doing the stills, and you had Hannah like mimic the mom with the cigarette and the phone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That is the
hilarious.
Original phone. That's the original phone prop too. And the one thing that I wish was still there, but it's from I don't know if you guys ever watched The Missing Pieces at all.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I have
yeah,
that
yeah.
the whole set.
But
Yeah.
there was actually a few scenes in that we reenacted that were from The Missing Pieces, and I was like, some people that haven't actually watched this might watch this and be like, what the hell are these scenes that you're reenacting? But
yeah, they cut
one
out
of
a
the
lot.
things, yeah, they did.
Especially Fire Walk with Me was like 2.5 hours. I heard they cut out or something. It was gonna be like
Yeah,
4.5 to 5 hour movie.
They have in one of the Missing Pieces scenes, there's this random fucking scene where Leland walks in and he's like, hello, Sarah. Hello, Laura. Where's my axe? I'm hungry. And then he grabs this axe off the wall and is just holding it like for no reason. And it's just so random. But the woman who owns the house, Mary, which she's awesome. She's like great. I can't say enough good things about her. And we talked to her for like hours when we were there. But she had when she moved into that house in like 2015 because she hasn't lived there like too long, but she moved in right before The Return because she's actually in The Return. Like in the last episode of The Return, when Dale Cooper and Laura Palmer show up to the house in like the alternate like timeline and stuff, when they pull up and the woman answers the door, that is the actual owner of the house, Mary, that we met.
Cool.
But yes, so when she moved in the basement, though, the axe from that scene was still at that house in the basement, like the actual one. And I was really hoping it was still there, but she sold it, unfortunately.
No, you would have bought it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, that might have been hard getting
great.
home with that one on the plane, but you might have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, I don't know how we would have done that, but yeah.
You gotta check it before and ship it back. Like, it's a prop, I swear.
Well, in Civil War fashion, I'll do a bad pun. You have to send it FedEx home. But that was terrible. Tim's like, oh boy.
Oh my god. Oh,
but yeah, everyone needs to go watch that because especially even if you're not a Twin Peak fan, it's such a cool like location on location set video. So great job, guys, on that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Thank you
So much.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you really did most of it. I just kind of followed around, but it was so fun.
Yeah,
it was a great time.
So I'm curious if you guys have like what have you been watching lately in the horror film category? Because I mean, I haven't watched honestly this year. I did the 365 horror movie challenge last year. So,
yeah.
And that like
was that one each day?
Yeah, well, you had we didn't necessarily have to do one each day, but you had to do 365 before the end of the year.
Oh, nice.
It's better to do as much as you can because like the last week I had to watch like 25 in like a week. I was so
Damn.
But
hey,
it was
you were dedicated.
Yeah,
it was exhausting. It was absolutely exhausting, and I felt like this year I was like, I can't do it again. I can't do it 2 years in a row. So I've been like taking
twice as crazy.
Yeah, so I took like quite a break from horror this year. So I haven't been watching like a whole lot.
That's understandable.
I'm just curious what you guys like. Have you guys seen anything lately that you liked?
Yeah, I actually one of my favorite movies that's come out this year was Companion.
Oh yeah,
yes,
was great
with Sophie Thatcher and
yeah, we did see that one. We did that
what's his name?
He's good in everything.
Why can't I think of his name? The guy who plays
Jack Quaid.
Yeah, Jack Quaid. The guy who plays Huey in The Boys. Yeah, he both of them are phenomenal in it, but it's really good and it's really cool. I feel like especially with like everything going on with like AI and stuff, it shows how scary stuff with that could potentially become. But yeah, and it's just the interesting theme with or not theme, but I don't know, whole thing, but no, it's like with him like buying like a sex bot and then like it basically goes wrong, very wrong. But yeah, that was a good one. Have you watched any good horror movies recently? It doesn't have to be from this year, like just in general, anything.
I don't think so. I haven't really watched like any horror movies this year that I can think of off the top of my head. At least new stuff. I mean, I've rewatched some.
What did we watch recently? We've been doing movie
classic horror one. Right now, I've been focusing a lot on watching up to the new Superman movie, all the Superman movies. I watched Superman 78, Superman 2, the Lester cut and Donner cut, Superman 3, 4, Superman Returns, Man of Steel.
He watched fucking everything.
Supergirl from 1984. The only one I need to watch is Steel. With Shaq.
Does that count though?
It is.
Does that count?
I guess.
It's a Superman character.
Do you really want to put yourself through that?
Supergirl sucked ass. I put myself through that. I think I can get through it.
I'm so old. I saw Supergirl in the theater.
We did.
Same.
All of us together. I did show them Lost Highway for the first time.
Yes.
Because they had never seen Lost Highway, and right after we got back from the trip, I was like, we gotta watch it right away because you guys need to see it. But I'm trying to think if there's been any other horror movies. I don't know. Me and Hannah have been watching Yellow Jackets recently. The
Yeah,
show.
my daughter wants to start that with me, so I've got to.
It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
We just finished the first season, and I had put it off for forever. Like, I watched the first episode when it came out in like 2021, and I was like, "This is good," but it didn't feel right at the time, so I never finished continued watching it. And now there's 3 seasons out, I think, and we just watched the first one, and it was
pretty funny too.
So
There's some
so good.
Show wise, I finished Smallville this year.
You're just been on a whole Superman.
No.
Yeah.
I finished that last year. Never mind, I finished that last year. I started and finished My Name Is Earl, the comedy show, and I've just started.
Oh, I
watching
love that show.
Yeah, I love that show too.
And I just started The Rookie, the Nathan Fillion cop show.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
wait. I don't know how I left this out, but because it is something that me and Hannah both watched. But did you guys watch Sinners?
No,
Yeah,
I just got it
Watched it.
though on Blu-ray, so I was gonna watch that.
I
shortly.
still need to watch
It's
it.
really good.
It's good.
Really good.
I-
That is actually my favorite movie so far this whole year.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that's a lot of people. The one I think
You say
right
Bunny
now
Superman?
my favorite. I think
Wasn't Superman?
it's either the Final Destination Bloodlines and also
yeah.
Bring Her Back was really good too. If you
I
haven't
actually
seen
have
that yet.
not seen that. But yeah, I saw the Final Destination.
Any of those?
She hasn't
Yeah.
seen any of them though. Yeah. I have to
Oh,
show
you
her
gotta-
them.
Destination.
You
You
would love
gotta
them,
give her the
but I
whole
feel like
thing.
you'd probably get really freaked out by them. Yeah.
I want
Did
to
you
watch
guys-
Human Centipede.
Did you guys see Megan 2 by chance?
I watched
No,
it,
but
believe it or
wait,
not, I actually watched
When did it come out? Did it
2
come out?
weeks ago, right?
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah,
never had
sometime
that-
in June.
Because they've been doing
Advertising
great
thing.
with their
Yeah.
advertising. That
Yeah.
and
And creative.
actually, I've seen some cool advertising. There was cool advertising for Final Destination, but I saw some cool advertising recently for the I Know What You Did Last Summer
Oh,
remake
yeah,
that's coming
yeah.
out. They're posting pictures on Instagram saying oh, a man with a hook hand has been seen around New York City and stuff like that, random shit, doing things like that. But yeah, whenever they do cool little things like that, I know with the first Megan movie for their advertising thing, they had a bunch of people dressed up as her dancing on a football
Yeah, I could see
field, something like that during
That was
I want to say the Super Bowl, but it might have been on just a random game. But yeah, I haven't
think
seen it yet, but I do want to watch it.
Yeah, I think the best viral marketing though ever was the Smile one, where they would have him at
Oh,
baseball
yeah,
games.
that was
Yeah, that was
I-
good.
Cool.
Yeah, and
That
Smile
was
2 was
creepy.
awesome, by the
Yeah,
way.
Smile 2
It was
awesome.
it was better, way better than the first, in my opinion.
Oh, I
think
totally agree.
If they make the third one, which is still rumor, supposed to, they think they'll make it that. It's got to be on the biggest scope ever. The way that one ended, the second one ended, it's got to be they're gonna have to really do that one right if they want to, if they don't want to disappoint, or I guess they could cheapen it out and do a prequel or something.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, I
lately
think that's about it from
Yeah,
things that we've watched
Yeah,
recently.
I can't think.
I can't think of anything.
I saw Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary. I'm trying to think of what I've seen in theaters. There hasn't been
Oh.
much.
Tim, how did we forget? Tim and I went through all the Children of the Corn recently. I don't know if you've been following.
Yeah,
All
I mean,
11.
I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I have not seen all of them. I've only
Yeah.
ever seen the first and maybe the second.
Oh, you stopped right before possibly one of the most hidden gems in horror history, which is the third one. It's so bizarre
Oh,
that
really?
Yeah, you need to see
Yeah.
part 3. It
Wow.
is
yeah.
get some drinks, get some friends, and watch that movie.
Yeah.
It is.
I
bonkers.
mean, I
It's-
love movies like that. That's Halloween Ends, which
Yeah.
We saw the monkey. We saw.
Oh, we
the
did.
Oh,
We
yeah,
did
I
see
can't
Monkey
wait
was
to see
good.
that.
actually,
yeah,
I think we might have saw that maybe right after we
We
went
went just
on the
for that.
podcast with you guys for the first time.
It
But
wasn't long.
Yeah.
we did see it, and I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Roman Campbell was the best
Yeah.
part.
But yeah,
That was all we needed.
yeah,
And
we saw it just because he
We
was in
did.
it, to be honest,
Yeah.
and it was great.
and that was worth it. Thrasher.
Are there any?
He was
other-
great.
Are there any other movies that we saw? Or
I don't think so.
I don't
no.
know.
Yeah,
I think so.
well,
But-
lots of good stuff is still coming up this year. Too,
I
which is
know.
good.
I really want to
Oh, we're
see
excited.
Five Nights at Freddy's
Yes.
too.
Oh, yeah.
When's
Tim
the-
has to see that
What
one.
is Deadly Night.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Roman
yeah, and
Campbell,
then
next
yeah,
movie.
so we're
We're getting
very
excited.
excited for they're making a remake. I don't know if you guys know of Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And
Yeah, I heard
Rowan
that.
Campbell from
Yeah, oh,
Lord
yeah.
Cunningham is what is his
You're
name,
using
Billy
our
or whatever?
lines.
Yeah.
Hopefully Tim will forgive him by then. No,
no,
actually, Tim had nothing against him. He didn't like it. It was the character, Tim. But
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is, and also they have oh shoot, what were we were just talking about it in our chat, Tim, what was coming up. It's like it was like a couple of weeks ago we were bringing up one of the things that was coming out this year. And now I can't remember it. Oh, but a cool tip, because you guys are in Pennsylvania, right?
No, we're actually in Maryland.
Yeah.
Oh, Maryland. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought you guys were like in Pittsburgh or something. Okay.
We're
But
near Annapolis.
Yeah, we
so
are.
I don't know how.
Right over there.
Yeah.
So since you guys are big on road trips, supposedly our friend who lives in Jersey, there's this hot dog place called Rutt's Huts, famous hot dog place. Supposedly they're going to be filming Crystal Lake there for like 5 days, I think,
In
and
New
they already
Jersey?
like announced it. Yeah, it's in Clifton, New Jersey.
Yep.
So and they it's listed under Mama's Boy, which is the shooting
Yeah,
word
title.
title.
Yep.
Did you see
So
that?
so yeah, if you guys you guys
That's
get adventurous, I guess you could drive down there.
That is
Yeah,
a great
honestly,
idea.
Yeah, I got to figure
Yeah.
out when that might be,
Yeah,
but that would
that
be
would be-
something pretty cool to
Mm.
cover
We
and
could
do a
do a
road trip
Jersey
on
trip,
because I'd
yeah.
love to. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, we already did a New Jersey trip.
And I mean, the
Yeah.
casting that they have for Pamela Voorhees is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
It's good. Yeah, I have like high hopes for this series. I don't know why.
So do
just
I.
like
But I mean, they've been trying to put out a fucking Friday the 13th series for so long now. Like, how? There was like, I feel like it's been almost a decade since they started talking.
Well, they all
there was
talk
the
about
one that was
movie, but
canceled,
then
right?
The whole legal,
Yeah.
legal
Yeah.
but
mumbo
I
jumbo
mean,
is the problem.
there's definitely hope because like that whole Jason Universe thing. Like we got something. They emailed us something about like certain things with Jason Universe coming. Like like you can get in like the video game. There's the Tom Savini version. Is
Yeah,
gonna be Comic-Con.
I collect
Yep.
all the NECA ones.
Horror
so-
Nights.
Yeah.
Universal Horror Nights is a
Mhm.
Jason house again. So
Yep.
I'm gonna check that. I'm definitely checking that
Yeah.
out. So I think it's like Friday the 13th is gonna come back with a big force and vengeance this year. And then I'm gonna have to modify my our little prediction thing at the beginning of the year because I have a feeling next year I'm gonna have to predict something about the movie, but we'll see. I was
Mhm.
wrong on that one. But
Yeah, I'm hoping for a movie.
but so anyway, let's just in case we don't want to run out of time. So and I know how we all get. We could be
Yeah,
end up here
we get
talking for
carried
3
away.
hours.
Well,
But
yeah.
so I want to get into the latest film, Killer Within, which right now we
Yeah.
just saw. We have the trailer we saw,
Yep.
which looks really cool. And then there's a couple of clips you showed. But like,
Yes.
we don't really know much about it other than that. So give us your pitches now and like let us know all about
Okay.
what you can let us know without spoiling anything. Of
You
course.
go first.
All right.
You're the
So, I mean, we talked about it a little bit last time we were on, but we weren't even finished writing it at that point. I think we maybe like a week or two later finished writing it and we went right into filming. But The Killer Within is, it's based in modern day, but it's very much a homage to the 80s slasher horror movie genre. And so you have a killer who is played by Sebastian,
Really?
which
You never told me.
I'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, no, but killer played by Sebastian, who basically is, classic sort of thing, going around hunting down some friends that are camping. And yeah, I mean, it's not there's a main group that it focuses on that is called the Camp Laszlo group. And then we have just some other random campers that are there as well that might cross paths with him. And we have some really cool characters in it. We have unique characters too. We've kind of started to show the movie a little bit. We haven't added in all the music, but the movie itself is all put together right now. Like it's pretty much done. So we've done a few test screenings and we kind of know right off the bat who we think some of like people's favorite characters are going to be.
Yes.
But
tonally, I would say it's a mix of Halloween 78 and Friday 13th Part 6.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely
nice.
a heavy hand with the comedy in there.
There's a lot of, and I like Friday the 13th Part 6 is
one of my
probably,
favorite, if not my
it could be
favorite.
my favorite because every time I watch it, I just love it so much. But I mean, yeah, that movie has some really good comedic moments in it too. And that's kind of, we have some really good stuff. The opening scene itself has some really great moments in it. And we have a character named Francis in it who is an homage to Ralph from Friday the 13th, kind of the character to come in and try to warn
you
them.
need that guy.
Yeah,
you
we
gotta
got
have
that
that
guy. And then obviously me and Hannah are 2 out of 6 of the people in the group in the movie. But yeah, we have a couple other characters as well, and they all are different in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, that's just pretty
A
much,
lot of interesting.
without giving away too much, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. But there's a lot more to it.
We definitely chose suspense over gore, which is why I would say definitely close to Halloween 78.
But there is still gore.
Yes, there's still.
There
It's
is.
not like it's no gore.
Don't
There
worry,
is.
Don't worry.
There is. There's a few scenes where there definitely isn't, but it's more up to. It's kind of like the Texas Chainsaw approach.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. That's kind
awesome.
of like our little inspirations and things that we looked at.
Oh, you guys got to tell. You've been teasing us with this mask too.
Oh,
Ever
you noticed?
since we first talked. I
Well,
think.
yeah, we brought it on the first time
Yeah.
to show you, and then
That's
right
so
after
cool.
that, I mean, like maybe a month later is when we
started
started
filming.
posting stuff. Well, yeah, but also we started posting
Yeah.
pictures of the mask and everything
Yeah.
for people to see on Instagram.
Then we just posted pictures of you with the mask.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, that's true. We did, but But yeah, what's it called? The mask itself. I mean, we talked about it last time, but Sebastian. I mean, it was a mask that was in my garage, but I gave it to Sebastian because we knew that we wanted to, give it the Michael Myers treatment, kind of, and rip stuff off of
like
it.
A Nosferatu kind of.
Yeah, a lot of people when
Yeah,
they've seen it, they're like, it kind of looks like Nosferatu, like the face shape, I guess, not it being like white. But yeah, we gave it the spray paint white Michael Myers treatment for that. But the killer also, I would say in the movie Sebastian, he doesn't particularly how like Michael Myers uses a knife and stuff. He doesn't particularly have one weapon of choice. Kind of alternates. But I would say he definitely at a point in the movie probably has a preference and uses like one weapon more than the others. But yeah.
Jason used a myriad of things, but he
Yeah.
prefers
yeah,
machete.
definitely, yeah.
Machete was his favorite.
And Michael
of
Myers
course.
has too. Like, I mean, he uses Halloween 6. He uses all sorts of things. But
It's
but
kinda
yeah,
funny to
Halloween
me that-
6. Halloween 6. I don't know how we didn't say this. That is a big inspiration in this too. I mean, some of the stuff that we posted and stuff that you could see in the trailer, we have like, in the trailer you see some candles and stuff.
Yes,
Maybe
that
gives
is
off
very-
a little bit of like some cultic like vibes and stuff like that. So we have a little bit of Halloween 6 inspiration there too. But also, I would say, since we were talking about Twin Peaks earlier as well, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the international version of Twin Peaks, the first episode, the pilot, the international.
I have that
version
on
with
VHS still.
Yes,
actually.
with the alternate ending where Bob just dies and everything, and you have the whole in the basement and everything, and him with the candles. That itself is also a very big influence with this movie as a whole as well.
Very cool.
Yeah, and you had a did we see a drone shot in that trailer? It looked like there was a cool drone shot.
So
in there.
that's not going to be in the movie. That was a trailer only. Hence why, like, even in the trailer, that, like shot, you can just see like me and Hannah just like give.
That was just during broad daylight, and there's probably
We were tired.
I would say there's only one scene which I think you see a shot from in the trailer that you see Sebastian in like the outfit during the daytime. Everything else, like anytime he's hunting people or anything, it's all at night.
Yeah.
But there's one scene so you could get a good look at it. But I'm a big believer on one of the things that I hate nowadays, especially is trailers give away way too much.
Yeah.
And they do so much stuff that they shouldn't, and it's so annoying because sometimes with like the new
Fantastic Four is pretty much ruined just because of its trailers.
well, not even just that, but horror movies like
yeah,
Scream, like with
kills.
the new ones that came out. Like I remember seeing Scream 5 trailer, maybe even Scream 6, and you see in the trailers that people are like certain characters are gonna die, and then it ruins that scene kind of when it comes up in the movie. Like I get that they got to show something, but it's just that then I'm like, oh, I can't even get attached to this character because I know that they're gonna die. So we purposely avoided that, and we also purposely filmed specific things for the show that are not in the movie. But the drone shot is not in the movie. But that shot itself, Hannah's dad, who plays Francis in the movie, his name's Kevin. He that's his drone, and we wanted to do something with it, so we just had him basically use that and film them walking for that scene for the trailer. But
I like this.
We just wanted to experiment with some things.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome because it was a really cool shot. So when you get released the Blu-ray, make that as like a bonus feature.
Okay.
So
do
you
another
guys
one.
are all you guys are also all in the movie now. You kind of told us who Sebastian is, and
Yeah.
like a little bit of you, but tell us about your characters though, like overall, what you
Okay.
can tell. You know, I don't.
What can I give away?
If Sebastian has a backstory, I don't want to know it yet, of course, because
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that'd be a
Sebastian
surprise.
is not giving away his
No,
backstory.
no,
Okay.
definitely not.
But he may have one though.
Hmm.
I'll go first. You
They're
can think.
dating.
You can give away some stuff. Our characters, as in real life, are dating in the movie. My character's name is Corey. I wonder where that came from. There's always a Corey. We got to continue the tradition. But my name's Corey, and my character is kind of a dick. Yeah, definitely.
Not even kind of.
But he's also kind of, in a sense, I guess, at least, yeah, at first, kind of the leader of the group because he kind of puts the whole plan to go on this trip and everything together. And I think my character, Hannah's character, and our friend Avante, who plays Darnell in the movie, are like the first characters that you really see in the movie that you get to know a little bit about from the get-go.
Hannah's character, what
Yeah,
can I say?
yeah, Hannah, you go.
I'm Genevieve.
Yeah,
But
Let's see. What am I allowed to say?
her character's like the number one character we really can't
Yeah.
talk too much about.
They always write me in as the emo.
yeah, her
It's pretty
character is
much it.
dark and edgy,
Yeah.
and I mean, she kind of has been in all of our projects, but
Yeah.
To say without giving it away, anything away.
let's just say some other stuff, maybe if there's anything.
I wasn't briefed before. I don't know.
Her character has a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
as do like pretty much
Yeah.
everyone else in the movie.
Yeah.
Everyone,
It'll make sense when you see it why there wasn't too much we could say.
Yeah,
but
because
every character in the movie
Yeah,
definitely
you're
has
lucky.
has a moment to shine. I will say that,
Yeah.
and they all get to, I don't know,
good character.
they all get to have some funny moments as
And there's
well.
some really good writing
Really
on
good.
certain.
There- And I will say another thing because you guys really liked when we talked about Servers last time, the movie that we never ended up making that was based
Oh
on
yeah,
Clerks.
yeah.
Some of the jokes that we really liked in that movie, we kind of recycled and put into this one. And
And
one
they
of the
worked so well.
characters who we had in that movie, Jeppy, that's played by our friend Jacob. He's the guy who made the score on the Wretched, but he also is doing the complete score on this movie.
He was brought to life.
His character has been completely recycled and repurposed and put into this film. So
That was a big
Jeppy
loss of
lives
making
on.
it.
He was me and Sebastian's probably our favorite creation out of the Servers
Great.
script, and we have him in this one. And
Nice.
he will not disappoint.
No,
That's cool. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
he
that's
is a
good, though.
complete freak.
That's good though. You get to like, you know, because so many times, I know, I mean, from anything from like theme parks to other movies, TV show, they always like ideas are never truly like gone, even if it's been used, because you can always repurpose it if you need it. Because, and it's like, and it just shows like how good that idea is that you were never letting it go, and you just needed it for the right time. So that's pretty awesome.
and let go.
Yeah, and I will say the movie is also going to be right around now that it's all together, and I'm just pretty much waiting to put music in and then add on some last little finishing touches. Is going to be about an hour and 10 minutes long.
Oh, nice! Wow,
Very cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Very
it's gonna be
cool movie.
it's gonna be the longest thing that we've ever made because the other thing is I guess the Naturally Unnatural, and that was like 40, 45, yeah.
I'm
So
excited.
we
I'm
got
proud of
plenty
it.
of content, and I mean every scene in the movie is just
It's actually
I've
really
had
good.
so much fun watching it because there's like I mean it's just all about growing and everything. And when I rewatched like our first thing that we made, the Natural and the Unnatural,
Completely different.
it's completely different and I love it, but there's there's certain scenes where I'm like, well, I would have done that differently. And maybe after this is out, maybe, I might look back and say the same thing about this or a particular scene.
Yeah.
But so far while I've been like watching it and everything, like with them and
Good stuff.
showing a couple friends, that it's been awesome and there's nothing I would change.
I know,
Oh,
well,
that's great.
I hope we get a preview before it gets released, and then so we can we can chat about it.
Well, we could definitely do that.
Yeah,
technically
okay.
It's not ready yet because like you said, we still need music.
But it will be.
Oh, yeah,
So
no, I
it
will.
comes out September 13th, but we're shooting for we want to do because we always do like a big like screening like around here with friends, and this time we actually have like a pretty stacked cast. I mean, we have I think like 16 or 17 people in the movie total.
Oh wow.
So we're definitely gonna have all them over and do a screening at my house, probably
And at the record
towards
store too.
Yeah, we also have an actual screening that we're doing at a record store around here.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
We don't have an exact date for it yet though, but that's
Yeah.
happening probably in the beginning of September. But by the end of August, we'll have it completely done. It mainly just all depends on our friend Jacob because he likes to be a perfectionist and he wants
works out in the
everything.
end,
I mean, it's
but-
great. It works out in the end, but it's just me getting impatient, being like, I want to see it. I want to see it finished. I want to see our baby. But yeah, so whenever it comes out, I'll definitely send you guys a screener and you can
That'd
have
be
us back
awesome.
on and if you want to
Yeah,
talk
no, you
about
get
it a little too.
bring everyone, bring the whole cast on. We'll have a whole big round table of
Yeah.
discussion on
And
it.
Funny.
so last time when we were here, we had the mask to show you. And this time we do not have the mask, but we do have something to show you.
We do.
Yes, I do. That we haven't posted yet. It's something that I think you guys will really like in the next few days. So obviously, how we said that this is an homage to Halloween, obviously one of the big ones. So you guys know this poster right here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The glares.
Well, you'll be
Yeah.
able to see it better later, but we basically have a
Oh, I love it.
Oh, that's
we
awesome.
have a poster that I put together for it. It's I guess for the people that are listening, since they can't obviously see this, it's basically an homage to the Halloween trailer. The Halloween poster, one of the original ones that says everyone's entitled one good scare, and we have
That's
our
awesome.
little version of it with all the names of the cast members and everything at the bottom, and then some quotes from the movie that pertain to Sebastian's character.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah,
You can
that's
tell our
awesome.
acting's gotten better too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, much better.
The acting is actually great in this
It's
movie.
actually pretty good.
And we had a new actor that we've never written anything for, or because he's more of a, I would say, newer friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when we wrote,
And
Killer
he's
with
probably going to be everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
that's what
He
we were talking about.
embodied the character beautifully.
His name's Alec or Alexander in real life, but he plays Jack in the movie, and I think all of us wholeheartedly think that he's going to be the fan favorite. He's just kind of like a douchey, like silly character that like he's trying to get with like every girl in the movie and thinks that he's hot shit, but he ends up he kind of like you're like, oh god, this guy at first, but then you kind of end up loving him. And when we wrote his character, we wrote it for like his whole character. We wrote for someone that we actually knew in real life and that we wanted to be in it originally. And then I just realized with scheduling and stuff, it wasn't going to work. And we didn't want this to become another Servers. So I was like, I got to think quick. And I was like, I need to find someone. And
Glad it happened.
Hannah works at California Pizza Kitchen in real life. And one of her coworkers was him, and we were out at a bar one night, and I was like, you know what? I was just thinking about it, having a little drunk thought.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy could be perfect. And I was like, I got to have Sebastian meet him first. And I had Sebastian meet him when we went to a party, like maybe a week or two later, and Sebastian was like, yep, perfect.
Yeah.
And we started filming.
You're like, this
And
guy's
honestly, I think it would not have turned out as good if that decision was not made, because he makes the movie.
And he's
Although we wrote
this
the character Jack for a kid named Jack, I am so happy that scheduling was a problem this time.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we made out a lot better with having Alex.
Just shows you how, not everything, goes the way you want it to, but sometimes it can turn out even better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was like making up stuff on the spot. It was good.
Yeah, he was even coming up with lines and stuff. Like we had stuff. He did everything that I wanted him to do, and then he was like, "What if I said this? Because I feel like, this would be hilarious, or this would be something douchey that he would say." And we're like, "Yes, yeah, he's definitely gonna do that." And there were a couple times where he even said something. He's like, "What if I said this?" And then I was like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Oh, actually, I don't know if I want to." And I was like, "No, you said it." Yeah,
Too late.
And then he did it. Yeah. But yeah, he's great. You guys are gonna love him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. So you kind of talked about this a little bit, but like what did you guys like? Did you find things that were easier with this film that you had learned lessons from your previous films, and you were like, oh, we're definitely not going to do that again, and you just and you were able to just like, I mean, what were some of the lessons you learned that you took away from your previous films?
Camera angles is definitely because
yeah.
I won't lie, in this movie there are still somewhat I'd call static shots where the camera's just like this.
Yeah.
and there's like no life to it. There is still some of that.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
But
No,
I mean, some of it's kind of
but it's set up that
purpose,
way for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other things we've done, it's been set up like that for no reason, just out of pure laziness or not having.
But now it's like you said, we added the.
It was
grit.
also just
The
we.
grit.
Yeah. I feel like
for a perfect example, I love like Joker 1, and I don't love the movie, but I love what they did in Joker Folly to Do, where the camera moves with the character sometimes. I hate movies that the camera just sits like this the entire
Yeah, I agree.
perfect straight on shot. I hate that. I want some grit. I don't want every shot to be like shaky camera or anything, but the camera can move.
Yeah, exactly. And that's with this, we have all sorts of like different camera angles, but also we have like some like, like first person POVs and stuff like that. Not just with like actual characters in the movie, but also with the killer as well. So we have
shots of Sebastian are great.
Yeah. I mean,
lighting.
Lighting is great. I mean, that was a big thing in our other movies. We did not like really do anything with fucking lighting, and it really shows in some of them. I mean, we did with the Natural and the Unnatural, the big like when she's beating the stink bug at the end. We did lighting there. That was it. That was it.
A few lights like on a recycling
lighting
bin.
was whatever the Mother Nature was providing.
Yeah, no.
Starting with I said
so
before, but when we did the Natural and the Unnatural, that came out at the end of 2023, and then we didn't put anything out until the end of 2024. Like we put out The Wretched in December of 2024. So throughout that whole year, I mean, I think we were all kind of itching to do something else.
Oh yeah,
but we also were like we also were just kind of improving on all of our skills, because I've improved greatly with camera work and everything. Like I think in The Wretched it was really good, but in this it's definitely the best camera work that we've had. And then all of their acting is just off the charts. I mean, even Sebastian just as a killer, you gotta have a lot of emotion in that. Like I feel like, I don't know, like sometimes just with like some of the people that have even played Michael Myers, some of them are a little duller than others. But then there's a lot, like it's all about the approach, I guess, because you have like people like Tyler Mane that are like super like aggressive and stuff in the role. Yeah, you feel like horrified. But then other times, I mean, like even like Nick Castle and like that in the original Halloween, I mean, he's not like aggressive like that, but that approach is like terrifying. That's what makes him the shape.
You were scary.
But yeah, Sebastian definitely, I mean, everyone has time to shine in this, and everyone that's been in previous projects, because Jacob and Avante, and I'm trying to think of anyone else aside from me and you. I think that's it. But we've all, and you obviously, but we've all been in our own projects before. So there's like 5 returning people in this, but I'd say everyone has improved. Yeah, and then we have tons of new people. Yeah.
One of them I met like the first time we were filming.
Yeah.
How was it part hard to, because I remember back when I was in film school, we were trying to do something one time in the woods at night, and it was miserable. Like how did you guys like tackle that? Was that pretty hard, or did you?
So obviously, the movie, everyone's camping, so pretty much, I will say that probably the first 25 to 30 minutes is during like daytime for the most part, and then it shifts, and then like the majority, like probably like 40-45 minutes is all at night. And so we filmed a ton obviously at night in the woods, because that's where the setting is. And I mean, a lot of the places that we went to with certain things, like if there were like towards like a point in the movie when there's candles and everything and stuff like that, that kind of helped, like having lighting like that. But just in scenes when characters are walking through the woods, we had a lot of flashlights and other stuff that we were just kind of shining, and not making it like
was so bright, and you kept shining it in our eyes.
Yeah. But well, there was that at a point. But we had to basically make it where you can't, when you're watching it, tell that there's a flashlight being shined on people. So we kind of had to like turn all these lights like off in the distance, so they're just kind of shining enough so you can, the camera can focus, you can see what's going on, and it's not like obvious. And then obviously certain characters walking around at nighttime have flashlights in their hands, which really help. They are shining them like either on themselves or something like that. But every shot that we set up, even, I mean, if it's just a static shot, or if we're walking with the camera or whatever, we always like made sure that the lighting was really good. And there is a few scenes where it definitely is a little dark, but it's meant to be. And Obviously, since they're camping, there's a campfire as well, and the campfire lighting and all of those scenes was so good. The
I love
camera,
that
there was
lighting.
a few times that particular night, which was actually the last night of filming, where the camera was having a little bit of a hard time focusing, but we always found a way to get around it, and we, especially with the campfire stuff, the lighting in that scene, everything in that scene was perfect. And I originally was thinking about having like music, like a band or something playing in the background. But when we filmed it and afterwards when we watched it, I was like, no. I was like, honestly, the natural sound of just them talking and then like hearing like the insects and bugs in the background, the fire cracking and everything, like it's so good that I feel like if I added music, like them listening to something in the background, it would actually take away from it. So I was like, no, this is perfect. But yeah, lighting and sound and everything has been great. I mean, we've made some of our own sounds for the movie, and then we've like obviously like taken some sound effects for certain things as well. But
Nice.
Yeah, you guys got me
And-
excited to see this now.
yeah, we filmed
Yeah.
we filmed in a lot of different locations as well. We filmed, I mean, the woods, although they take place in one set place, we did not film in those woods like a lot. But the place where it actually takes place in the movie is at Patapsco State Park, which is actually a real state park like around us that we've been going to since we were younger. But we filmed
Like 5 different woods.
Yeah, we filmed in like 5 different woods.
Oh my God.
But they all look like it all connects. It doesn't look like we're in like different places or everything. It all works really well. And then the important stuff, not the important stuff, but the we'll just say the final act of the movie we filmed at Patapsco State Park because that's where it needed to take place. That's the place where if you've seen some of the pictures, we have like the creepy
first
like
shot.
altar and everything like that.
Oh
There's that's an actual place there called
That place is like a creepy.
yeah, it's
backstory
called
as
Hell
well.
House. And yeah,
Oh,
it's
nice.
a real it was a part of a campus, a college called the St. Mary's College around here that was like a thing. It was like a Catholic school in like the 1920s, I would say, up until like the 70s. And basically what happened was it just shut down and it became abandoned. But there was a priest that worked there during that time. There's a rumor, and there's, I guess, evidence, but it's not.
Intense rumor.
No one knows necessarily. But there was a priest that basically was there that went missing, and a few of the people, I think they were like nuns or whatever, that were there went missing as well. And there was like a huge rumor because there were a few bodies found like years later or something, and they couldn't identify them though. But there was a rumor that like the priest like kidnapped a bunch of nuns and killed them or something along those lines, which is actually like a real rumor around here. But we kind of used that and put that into the lore of the movie.
We're kind of there.
We were there and we kind of thought about it. We were like, I wonder what the deal with this is because it's called Hell House and other stuff. And we looked it up and
it's really in the middle of the woods. It's just
like you can't just like park there and go. Like you gotta like park and walk, like take a hike basically, like probably like a 2-mile hike to get to this location. So we were filming at night too. So when we went there to film this, on like one of the last nights of filming, it looked scary, it looked spooky, but we showed up probably around like 6-7 o'clock, and then we were there probably until like 12 because we had to wait for it to get dark. We had to set stuff up beforehand, and then we weren't just filming there. There's like train tracks that a train goes through, like a whole like little tunnel. There's a scene in there that we filmed that was really cool, and just some other locations. There's a house that's like decomposing that's in the ground there. We filmed there. That was a really cool spot, and that particular location is probably like that you'll see in the movie is probably my favorite like actual scene in the movie that takes place there. But yeah
That's awesome.
Yeah but you'll hear more about the lore in the movie. I'm not doing it necessarily justice. My character explains it when they first show up to the campsite in the movie.
So before we go, guys, like kind of just give us a recap of like when the movie's coming out. When you think it's going to be like available and that kind of thing. What kind of and any kind of promotion and stuff you want to do for it because we want to get the word out.
And we have our other announcements.
Yeah.
You reminded me.
Yeah. But no, so The Killer Within is coming out September 13th. It'll be available on YouTube. Last time with like The Wretched, we put it on Instagram because it was short, but I don't want to obviously break this up or anything. So we're putting this on YouTube, and we really need to make a website.
Maybe we
but
can do that.
but yeah, maybe we might make a website. We might put it on there as well. But YouTube is the main thing. That's why with like the little teaser scene that I put out, and with the other ones I'm gonna put out up until the release of the film, I've been putting them just on YouTube at first, and then like a day or two later, I'll finally post them on Instagram because I'm trying to get more people to go over to YouTube and get used to that, I guess, for when the movie comes out. But yeah, so September 13th is the release date for that, and like a week later we'll have the bloopers come out, and then we have an alternate ending as well, and then we have a special announcement that'll be on October 1st too, just in time for Halloween time.
Yep.
But aside from The Killer Within, I would like to say real quick, we did also, if you want to take it away, since it's
Yeah.
I wrote actually, when they were watching doing all their Twin Peaks stuff, I was left alone back at good old Maryland.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
had something better to do. So I've had this idea for the movie that it didn't have a title until recently, called To Love Somebody, which is actually a title of a Bee Gees song.
Yes.
And it's not a horror movie. It's actually, for once, I'd say semi a romance drama movie, which is completely
something
different.
very different than
Something
what we've ever done.
And it has a connection to music in a musical, if that makes sense.
Because we're not doing a Joker too.
Yeah, not a musical, but it definitely has a connection to music. I don't want to say too much because we are so far away from actually making it. It's not even close. It's probably 2 years out.
Well,
yeah,
maybe.
2 years.
Because there will be other things as well. But
And this one takes a lot of, because of what I wrote, this will be our most ambitious film.
for sure. But that so I wrote The Natural and the Unnatural myself, and then me and Sebastian wrote The Wretched, Servers, and then obviously this movie together. And this is going to be the first time that Sebastian has ever just written something by himself. So that will be
very excited for that one.
That'll be our
that's gonna be
next
great.
project after The Killer Within.
Nice.
But we're
That's
very
super
excited
cool.
for that one as well. Yeah, it'll be something completely different.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, you know what? I think one of my favorite things when we chat with you guys too, because like I like just to see such enthusiasm and like love for your projects and stuff. To me, that's always been, I feel like you could tell when someone doesn't love a movie they've made or love a project they haven't worked on. They've just done it for the sake of it. But I think that's what makes yours so good, is because you guys you get so like wrapped up in it, and you just put everything you have into it. And I think it really shows. And it's like the enthusiasm is like infectious. Like I can't like Tim said, it's like I can't wait. Every minute I like want to see this more, because it's like
I know.
Thank you.
I mean, every time I
Jesus,
talk to these
so-
guys, I want to go out and make a movie. I'm like,
I
I
know.
I want the movie idea.
Yeah, no, we've been posting. We've been trying to post as much as possible too to get people hyped for this, and we've got like so much engagement. I mean, I didn't expect.
Our followers have gone
Yeah,
up.
our followers have gone up substantially, but on like with views, The Wretched was like our most viewed thing before we put out the trailer for The Killer Within. But The Wretched had like on Instagram maybe like 3,000 or 4,000 views, but The Killer within like I would say a week was at like 10,000 views.
Remember that
The
first
trailer
day you
for it.
posted, because you met me at.
Yeah, it already was up like a couple thousand, but yeah. So
Nice.
that, I mean, just that, the reaction that we've gotten, and everyone, I mean, we've definitely brought in the horror audience. Like there's tons of people that are following us now that are just obsessed and they're ready. And we definitely have a couple like
Super
diehard fans
Yes,
that
yeah.
are like really
do.
itching for it.
Right. That's why I'm
You know
also
who you
excited
are.
to like do To Love Somebody, just because something different. 'Cause I don't want to keep turning out the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It is a change.
Yeah, big change.
And there will be, once this movie comes out, more to talk about too when you have us on, because obviously we want to come back on
after it's out.
I mean, we want to come back on after it's out, because I want to hear what you guys thought about it too.
Yeah.
Obviously. But yeah, there'll be a lot to talk about aside from just the movie and then Sebastian's upcoming thing, To Love Somebody. There'll be other stuff as well, which could pertain to the announcement on October 1st. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Well, you guys are like the masters of promotion too.
Yeah, we're
you don't need anybody
trying.
else. You don't need a production, another kind of like any kind of promo people or PR team. You got it all in one
All
one
us.
group.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. And you guys got to let us know what you think of Superman when you see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Oh, I will definitely do that. Yeah, because I'm definitely going this weekend.
You guys should be excited for it. I think you're gonna like it. But I will say,
there it
in
is.
civil gore fashion, it was not for me.
Oh, it
Oh,
was
wow,
Oh,
you
the
remembered
not
our
Yes.
line too. Yeah,
classic.
wow.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, that we
I'm
got
not-
from
But
a friend of
I'm
ours.
curious to see what you guys.
It really depends on what you're looking for. I think makes the.
It
biggest
wasn't
difference.
a bad movie at all though.
It's
Like,
just not.
I would get, but yeah, we'll talk about it after you
Yeah.
see it. But I gave it a 7 out of 10 though.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
decent. That's
It's
decent.
It's decent.
yeah.
It's decent. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm looking
I'm
forward to it.
definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward, of course, your guys' film. So, yeah. So,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you again for coming on. Sorry it had to be a little
Thanks for
shorter this
having
time,
us.
but
Yeah, thank
but
you.
It's nice
Always a
to
Tim's
pleasure.
got
finally
his-
meet you guys.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was great to meet you. And you know what you should do? You should do some one-off posters. Like each character gets their own like little post. You know how like some
Yeah,
of the
I'm gonna do. I've posted pictures of each character. Like I haven't. I'm gonna repost some because I did it like in the beginning. But I'm gonna make. Yeah, I'm gonna make custom posters for each character too.
That would be cool.
For sure.
Because usually we have a day where we just go around town and hang them up because it's
Yeah,
fun.
and then posters itself.
It's
I
so
mean, we always go around and hang up tons all around the area around here, and we're gonna be
'Cause we
doing
like
that
to see how long
very
they stay
very
there.
soon.
Boxing recap.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
there's still a poster for the Natural and the Unnatural up in Annapolis, right near us. That's been up for like 2 years now.
That's
And the
awesome.
record store that we're having the premiere at, they have a nice like shadow box
Yeah.
in their front window, and they put our posters up there every
so
single
nice of
time.
them.
That's why when we like had a full movie, because obviously with The Wretched, it's like a 4-minute film or
Yeah.
short film. I mean, there was no way that I was gonna be like, hey, can we show this there? Like, if I'm doing this,
It's like all the
I want it to be like a whole thing. So since this is our first full-length movie, I proposed the idea to the owner, and he was like, oh yeah, he's like, I'd be down for that, because I had seen he'd done like a movie night at some point before, and he's had like a band inside of his store too, and it's not a big space by any means, but he was like, we can move all this stuff around and we can bring some
that's so
chairs
cool.
in, and I was
Yeah.
like, all right,
Awesome.
hell yeah. So
excited
we're gonna
about
have like a
That's
nice little
great.
screening there for the movie.
I'll leave you with this too, as because I know you. I could tell you got if you're beer people too.
Uh-huh.
And I
Yes.
know your area has a lot of good breweries around in Maryland.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you should find one of the local craft breweries to make a theme beer for you guys for that.
Oh,
Whoa.
For that, like,
that's a
release
good
week.
idea. We would have
You
to
think they
talk.
would?
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Because I
you
know
never
some craft breweries will like do these little one-offs and they'll name it after like little just like like they'll do a one run of a beer and just have a name for it randomly. But see if you get in there and say, hey, look, well, because it helps them because it promotes the brewery and it helps
Oh.
you guys. So
Wait, I want that.
Yeah, that's a
We're
good
doing
idea.
that.
Yeah,
and then send us a 6-pack, of course.
Yeah, for sure. We'll send you one.
But
Yeah,
again,
thank you
no,
guys
it's
so
great.
much for coming on. That was
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
Of course,
Of course.
Yeah, it was great to catch up again. And you guys are always welcome on. You know that.
Yeah, you just
You're
Yeah,
part
say
of-
the
you're
word.
part
Yeah,
of the
we'll
We'll
family
be
send-
now.
back many, many times.
Plus, I
Yeah.
definitely want to come on after it's released so then we can actually talk about it. Because
Yeah.
right now we're already.
Yeah.
But also, just aside from that, anytime you guys want us on to talk about movies or anything, I know you
Tell me
talked
about
about last
us.
time we were on doing like a round table or
Yeah.
something. at
I
some
know
point.
we've
If you
we
wanna-
pushed our
Definitely.
roundtables off so far. We've had like 4 in the works, and we haven't done any of them yet.
We need
But
to do,
it's-
we do need to do a roundtable with you guys.
Yeah.
That'll be a
Yeah,
blast.
it's
Yeah,
hard
if
in
you
the
guys want
summer
us to
with our
come on,
stuff.
We'll come on.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Don't even have to promote us.
We'll make.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll
That's
promote
awesome.
you. We like to promote. Anyway, so take care, guys. Thanks again so much.
Yeah, of course.
And- sorry, I
Thank
said
you.
guys and lady. ladies. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I didn't
Yeah,
notice.
it's that like that
Thank you.
natural.
Right
Hi,
first.
guys.
Oh,
yeah.
that's all right.
Right
We
at the
reached the
end,
end
I
of it
guess.
anyway.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Brian's
you.
back. Brian's back.
See you
Brian's
guys
back.
soon. Okay.
All right.
Well, yeah.
See you guys.
Okay.
Take
See ya.
care.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.